Good evening, guys. Welcome to UPSC Cracker, and today we are gonna do the Indian National Movement Initial Phase Part 3, and these are questions related to Mahatma Gandhi. Guys, I hope you are enjoying this series because I would really like you to watch it till the end to get the whole and watch all the parts of the series. This way you can learn better. And so without wasting any time, let's start. To initiate the organized resistance against the Rowlatt Act, a small conference was organized at Sabarmati Ashram, where he drafted a Satyagraha pledge. On which day of February 1919 was the pledge signed? So basically we are being asked on which day of February 1919 this pledge was signed, and the day was the 24th of February. So that is the answer to this question. How many persons signed the Satyagraha pledge who had been called to that meeting? So basically the number of people who had come to that conference at Sabarmati who signed this Satyagraha pledge, and this was again 24, so 24 people on 24th of February 1919. That is the answer. In connection with the inauguration of the so-called Rowlatt Act, Satyagraha Gandhiji started a Satyagraha Sabha. So basically we are being asked where this Satyagraha Sabha, which was inaugurated in connection with the Rowlatt Act, was. Now we can make this mistake of calling it Sabarmati, but it wasn't at Sabarmati, it was at Bombay. So that is the answer to this question. So the inauguration was held in Bombay and the pledge was taken in Sabarmati Ashram. The Rowlatt Bill number 2 was published as an act on March 18, 1919. During his sleep, the idea of Hartal broke out in Gandhiji's mind. To whom did he first tell about this plan? So basically, Rowlatt Bill number 2 was actually the act which was implemented as the act, implemented on March 18, 1919. And Gandhiji was a bit worried about this, so he had an idea of calling up a Hartal for this, which later led to the civil disobedience movement, and he were told Mr. C. Rajgopalachari of this idea in the first time. So that is the answer, C. Rajgopalachari. In lieu of the Hartal called by Gandhiji, there was a huge procession that took place at Chandni Chowk in New Delhi, and the leader faced bayonets of the Gorkha regiment with bare chest. Who was this? So one of the leaders actually faced the Gorkhas, and this was a huge event at Chandni Chowk in New Delhi, and it was none other than Swami Shraddhanand. So that is the answer to this question. Which of the following works of Gandhiji was selected by the Satyagraha Sabha for dissemination by the Satyagrahis as a mark of civil disobedience in context of the Rowlatt agitation? So let us read the question again. Which of the following works of Gandhiji was selected by the Satyagraha Sabha for dissemination by the Satyagrahis as mark of civil disobedience in the context of Rowlatt agitation? So basically what we are being asked is like which works of Gandhiji were considered as Bible for this Satyagraha, which were, and the Satyagrahis who were taking part in the civil disobedience movement. So Swaraj was one of them, Sarvodaya again, and the story of Satyagrahi. So all three of them were considered holy in that context. So the answer would be all of the three. So as desired by the leaders of Punjab, Gandhiji started for Delhi and Amritsar on the 8th of April 1919. However, on the way he was told that it was forbidden for him to enter these states. On refusal, he was forcefully taken off the train and taken to Bombay, where he was set free. What was the station? So this wasn't the first time Gandhiji was thrown out of a train. He was thrown out before in South Africa. If you have watched the South African Phase series, I have covered this thing over there. So again, he was taken off a train, not such a great incident, not a life-changing event. And he was just taken off at Palwal, that is before Agra. So that is the answer. On April 14, 1990, Gandhiji addressed a huge crowd of people and upbraided them for their violent activities. He declared a 3-day fast for himself and appealed to the audience to keep fast themselves for a day at least. Where did this meeting take place? So we know that on 13th April 1919, the Jallianwala Bagh incident took place. So there was violence all over the place, and Gandhiji addressed a huge crowd of people and coaxed them for getting into violent activities. And he declared a 3-day fast for himself and appealed to the audience to keep a fast for themselves as well. So this place was Ahmedabad. Gandhiji was back in Ahmedabad at that time. Identify the place where Gandhiji first coined the term Himalayan miscalculation, which gained wide currency later on. So Himalayan miscalculation, this question is often asked, but not in regards to the place where he had coined this term. And this place was Nadiad. Not really important, but still one should know. In respect to which of the following did Gandhiji confess to a grave error publicly and regarded it as a Himalayan miscalculation on his part? Now there are two answers to this question. One is the Chauri Chaura incident. That was also considered to be like one of the main reasons for discontinuance of the civil disobedience movement. But in this case, the answer is in calling upon people of Kheda launching the civil disobedience movement because of the violence which had taken place in Kheda as well. So yeah, and the rest is lending support to the British. No. His admission. No. So, Gandhiji regarded his participations in 1919 session of the Congress as his real entrance into the Congress politics. Where was this session of Congress held? So basically, Gandhiji considered 1919 as entering real entrance into the politics of the country, and this conference took place in Lahore. So remember that, guys, Lahore was the place where this conference took place, where Gandhiji considered himself as entering real politics, Congress politics. Gandhiji attended the Indian National Congress for the first time, and so an easy question. But a lot of people make this mistake because they remember that Gandhiji came back in 1915. So they always think that the answer would be 1915 or 1916. But the first time Gandhiji attended the Indian National Congress conference was in 1910 when he had come to India. So that is the answer to this. Please remember that. To defy the government orders, Gandhiji published a weekly Satyagraha. He decided to start a weekly called Satyagraha, an important question often asked. And this was in the year 1919, the same year as Rowlatt Act. So yeah. For quite some time following the Jallianwala Bagh massacre, Gandhiji, despite repeated attempts, was not allowed to go to Punjab by the British. He was finally granted his wish by the Viceroy in the month of which month, and he was finally visit Punjab and joined the leaders there. So basically, the Jallianwala Bagh incident took place on April 13th, 1919, and we all know that Rabindranath Tagore gave up his knighthood because of this. Then again, it was because of two important leaders that were arrested by the British. One was Kichlu and the other one was Satyapal. And it was General Dyer who opened fire, which everyone knows. So basically, we are being asked in which month did Gandhiji finally went to Punjab, because he wasn't allowed by the British government to go before that, and the month was in October, so he had to wait for almost 8 to 9 months before he could go to Punjab and see firsthand what had happened over there. Which of the following suggestions was not put forward by Gandhiji and the other Congress leaders to cooperate with the Hunter Committee by the Viceroy to investigate the Punjab disturbances? So basically a committee was set up called Hunter Committee to investigate into Punjab, and this committee was basically an I word because General Dyer was given a hero's welcome back in England, and almost 30,000 pounds were raised for General Dyer. So let's have a look at the options. Leaders should be released pending inquiry. So first of all, let us understand what is being asked. It is asked was not put forward. So it is very important to read what is being asked. So leaders should be released pending inquiry. This was asked. Both the revision judges should be from outside Punjab. Not sure. Congress committee should be permitted to lead evidence. Yes, this was there. Revision judges should have the power to receive and call further evidence. This was also there. So the answer would be B. Both the revision judges should be from outside Punjab. This wasn't asked. The Indian National Congress set up a separate committee of inquiry to look into the Punjab atrocities. The main responsibility for organizing the work lay with Gandhiji, who took evidence from 1700 people. The report was submitted in 1920 in the month of. So basically Gandhiji was a head of a committee, and he took evidence from 1700 people, and we are being asked in which month did he submit the report. So basically he went to Punjab in October, then this committee was formed, and it submitted its report in March. That is the answer, March. According to Gandhiji, the Khilafat issue offered a golden opportunity for the promotion of Hindu-Muslim unity. He urged Hindus to lend full support to the Indian Muslims on this issue. The Khilafat movement was related to British politics towards the government of. Easy question, this is Turkey, of course. We all know that there was a war and the British had promised the Caliph of Turkey, and they didn't keep the promise. So there was agitation in India, and Muhammad Ali and Shaukat Ali started the Khilafat movement. Gandhiji was elected president of the All India Khilafat Conference, which held its session on 24th November 1919. So basically Gandhiji was elected as the president of the Khilafat Conference on 24th November 1919, and we are being asked at which place did this conference was held, and this was in Delhi. Easy question again. Which of the following statements in regard to Khilafat movement and Gandhiji is not correct? So we are being asked which statement is not correct again. Gandhiji used the Khilafat platform to declare this is correct. Gandhiji issued a manifesto on March 10, 1920, embodying the ideas of the future course of action to be pursued by the Khilafat supporters if their demands were not granted. This is also correct. Gandhiji placed the Khilafat problem on the same political importance. Yes, this is also correct. So none of the above is the answer. Prior to Gandhiji's active participation in the Congress affairs, there was no full-fledged constitution of the Congress. There were just a few rules that were written and were framed by. So before Gandhiji was given the active role in the formation of constitution of the Congress, there was just a few rules which were being followed by the Congress. So we are being asked who had written these rules, and they had been written by Gopal Krishna Gokhale. It wasn't Narobhai, Dadabhai Naroji, it wasn't Sundarnath Banerjee, it wasn't B.G. Tilak. So Gopal Krishna Gokhale was the person who had written the rules for the functioning of Congress. So guys, this brings us to the end of part 3. Hope you have liked this episode, and do subscribe to my channel, and I wish all the best for your exams. There's only 5 months left now for the prelims, so work hard, study hard, take out time to watch these videos as they give you a lot of information in very short amount of time. And thank you so much for watching. See you in the next. I'll just upload part 3 and part 4 today. So thank you.